Hey guys, niaje maze. Leo tena Steven here. So some of you have been asking me to share maybe perspectives, perspective as a male, as a Kenyan male living in Germany, living abroad. And yeah, I just picked a very beautiful spot here. It's a lake close to where I live. So I decided leo acha nifanye content. Let me do some content outside of the house. So, and that is actually a very big topic, a very good topic to discuss on. Yeah, what are some of the perspectives, male perspectives? What is the male perspective of a Kenyan or an African man living in Germany? I don't know, some of the things I'm going to say probably going, maybe some of you are not going to agree with some of them, but you can share. If you are here or you are somewhere abroad here, you can share some of your own experiences, but I'm going to share them in a simple way. One, I would say that of course, as always, doesn't matter where you are expected to perform. You are expected to be a problem solver anywhere you go, whether it's at home in Kenya or it's here in Germany. You are expected to perform. It's always that is the truth anywhere you go as a man. So people think that life here is easy or something of the sort, but it is not. It is not that easy actually. Yeah, it calls for a lot of discipline, a lot of commitment. Yeah, you have to be very hard. You have to embrace that mental fortitude. You have to have that mentality ya kukua mse, like you don't care most of the time what other people say, or you don't care what what people think about you. You have to. That is one thing I would say that it is one of the things that you will need as a man coming here. Yeah. The other thing I would say is you will need to learn how to stand your ground as a man here. And standing your ground, it means that personally I've realized that this world can also be a very manipulative place if you're not careful, especially if you don't know how to stand your ground or set boundaries. Yeah, you have to be able to do that. You have to learn to do that very fast. Create boundaries, stand your ground, say no when you need to say no, and don't do anything here if you think that you are not ready, or that you are not really ready. Yeah, somebody told me once that if somebody asks you for something, or maybe to do something, and you are like, let me think about it, that's a no. Yeah, let me think about it is most of the time a no. The best thing, do yourself a favor and just say no, mapema, and I ignore that. Yeah. Number three, I would say you have to learn to be alone. You have to get used to it. And being alone, being alone is talked as being lonely, or it has some sort of stigma surrounding it. Yeah, like being alone is a bad thing, but you have to embrace it. Coming abroad, you have to embrace it. Yeah, there's no other way out. I have to promise you, there's no other way. You have to embrace being alone, and it actually comes with a lot of its own advantages. A lot of it. Yeah, a lot of advantages of embracing that time that you are alone. You get to reflect on a lot of issues. You get to reflect on a lot of experiences that you are going to encounter here in Germany, and you also get to learn yourself better. I can say that. Learn yourself better, get to know who you really are, and you also get to basically build your mental fortitude. Yeah. And so you have to, if you are not the kind of person who likes being alone, or who likes spending time alone and in your own thoughts, yeah, just purely with your own thoughts, you will have to somehow develop that. And like I've said, it has its own fair share of challenges and a lot of advantages to it. Number four, you will have to learn about money yourself as a man coming to Germany. You have to teach yourself about money. You have to teach yourself about investing. You have to teach yourself about, of course, budgeting. That is the first, most important thing. You have to teach yourself. If you are not conversant with that, you have to learn how to budget, how to handle your money, how to invest. You have also to maybe know who to ask, or where to get this information from. That is also one thing that I would say because once you come here, the world here is very busy, very hectic, and filled with consumerism. So it's something that you will need to beat, first of all, consumerism. And if you don't beat that, you're going to find yourself trapped in this system, which I think most people actually here complain. It's like a hamster wheel. Yeah, you feel like every day, Monday, Friday, weekend, Monday, Friday, weekend. You end up getting trapped in that hamster wheel of that never seems to end. So you have to get out of the system, learn these things yourself actually, and go ahead and live the life that you want. Number five. Number five, I will say, is that you have to have your own hobbies as a man. Coming here to Germany, you have to have your own hobbies. Get your own hobbies, bana. Start working out. Kama wewe si msemo unaenda gym, start going to the gym. Probably even before you come here, or even once you come here, immediately subscribe and join a gym and start going to the gym. With the hectic life here and everything, work, consumerism, like I've told you, the weather here and everything, you will find that life is a little bit different from back home, and it has its own demands on you as a person, and it also has its fair share of challenges and stresses and everything. Yeah, you hear a lot of people here, especially coming from Africa, get things like depression. It's not just from maybe the of course the weather and everything. I believe it's also because of the schedule and the hectic life, the nature of the life here. It's very hectic, and also I also believe it's also has something to do with how you interact with other people. Yeah, the people here are not the same as back home. They're a bit not so open and all that, so you will have to maybe form your own circle, maybe. And that the best way to find those people is through your hobbies. If you like maybe playing handball, playing football, going to the gym, that is the place where you're going to find many people that maybe you relate to, or you can be able to interact at a personal level with. And the gym is also going to change. The gym is also therapy. It's a cliche. It's always said that going to the gym, lifting weights or doing something of the sort. Personally, I go to the gym to lift weights, so it's a way to actually relieve stress. It's a time to meditate. It's a time to basically self-reflect on a lot of things that this life entails. So those are some of the few things that I would share. My perspective as a male in Germany. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, ask those questions, suggestions. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Anything you would want me to talk specifically regarding my perspective as a Kenyan or as an African male living abroad. Otherwise, thank you, and see you in the next one.